touch gloves. Good luck to both of you.
It's going to be about controlling distance and range, which he does very, very well for Liam Wilson.
Fighting for world. We talked about the emotions, Tim, and Yokasta home, there's also a desire to show out, especially after the way the last fight ended for Valdez.
Yeah, it's Achilles heel. A lot of situations to where, he's taking more risk than he needs it. Wilson can punch in Oscar Valdez. That's not a good thing. I mean, hey, show him who's the boss. Picking punches early to try to detour the young bull.
Look who's sitting ringside. Eric El Terrible Mor, just off camera above. Last time that Liam Wilson was in the ring, had that long. That's Chris Flores there.
Already.
Yep.
As you see the redness around the right eye, turning it over. Wilson he'll paw with that lead hand, and he'll get you to commit, and he'll range to outside, and he will step back and.
You'll remember hand that actually dropped. It was 2 overhand right, so Wilson's wanted left.
What I'm not overlooking because that Liam Wilson has added to it in that crouch position. He got to be careful, and a straight right hand too. He'll change it up. That's where Valdez needs to live. He's just not very comfortable on. He will fire back to mid-range.
As Wilson continues to
step back and makes him fall short.
Here, time.
But also who love to box.
Oh, you want to know how he's in control? Backwards. And that's how it is.
Wilson were on fight. And the use of the body of Valdez.
Wilson's doing a lot in there. I mean, those upper shots on the inside, you've seen him reach around down to the body, changing things up. Distance, that's always been about closing distance.
Starts to show the wars show on your face as we're seeing with Oscar Valdez.
You're not going to be able to catch and shoot Valdez. You got it well, again, mid-range to out. And he's using his reach advantage.
Well, that was a left hook. Now you see the shooting from the left nostril.
I think he'll do that when things are not going. If you see Valdez and be consistent with his work, he'll turn to southpaw to change.
Trying to land that overhand right to counter the left. I mean, you feel the tension. Valdez lands a nice left, now a scraping body shot.
Range for both these men is extremely right. Valdez get a little bit. That's a perfect range for him. Large frame that Wilson has. How do you start sucking the life out of him, little by little?
And this is where Valdez wants to be.
Yeah.
But that was a nice up from Wilson as Valdez
particularly. I can't stand that high guard usage. It's terrible.
Oh, here's the bell, guys.
Back to my original team. See that short left there from Valdez to open.
And then as the steps in, kind of surprises him. That's what Liam is doing. He's just keeping this occupied defensively when he's just touching. Not a whole lot of power, but he's extending his hands and physically touching this and keeping him honest. It's good. Valdez. I do understand. A ton of hooks. That's the way he's trained. Power shot. However, it'd be nice if he can throw a straight right hand once in his life. Oscar Valdez. Because
Reynoso not going through a good spell right now.
See, Wilson will land that shot and it's going to be there on Valdez. Well, again, he will clear, and the uppercut
gives Valdez his nice straight. Valdez. That's a straight jab.
Stepping in behind his jab and really with his right.
Now the blood emanating from the nose more profusely. They start to exchange punches.
Right. Counter in his head. But when Valdez chooses to strike, he doesn't miss.
Glendale, Arizona.
He needs to get after it.
There he goes.
And that's where he needs to live. He needs it there inside that pocket.
Yeah, he's got to find a way to slow down the younger Will.
And he's just coming up with shots.
There's that double hook from Oscar. We saw how grossly inflamed I got against Emmanuel Navarrete. And so Oscar Valdez trying to avoid against Liam Wilson. The body here with the left hooks.
Uppercut inside. See, Liam Wilson, when he's trying to fight fire with fire, called hard. from his head. His trainer's probably going to say, hey, man, get back on the outside once he goes back to that corner. What are you doing?
Into his fight, Tim.
Yes.
He's abandoned the distance control. And Mark Nelson said, go for broke.
It's low on the belt. Just because it was on the top of the cut thing, it was low. And they'll look to buy themselves from top. Nelson, he said, on the belt line. And now the fight's continuing. That's called a sell from the referee.
Nice, sets up the right.
That number has diminished.
Hands free, guys.
And they work with Eddie Reynoso. A defensive fighter who counters, and it's like this instead of just going out there going to war.
Nelson now is fighting his fight. He's giving us height, and he's trying to punch with Valdez.
Ooh, that was a nice right in the solar plexus from Valdez.
Some variation right there from Wilson fighting inside the
Wilson with the left hook to the lip.
I got a tie, but the moment Valdez, the way it started, and by the shots inside.
So what they're trying to do now is they're trying to force him back. They're trying to gas him why Liam is coming stronger and he's comfortable.
I didn't think Navarrete hit that hard.
Then why did he get knocked out?
Why he get stopped? He got worn down.
Yeah, he got stopped.
This 700. There's that
Southpaw.
Yep.
So he turns south, but then he turns back orthodox when he didn't like that front that he thought he was set on the ropes and he wouldn't move.
Look,
so he's like, I'm gonna switch back.
I've seen him short with a couple of, then Valdez land down. Leaping shot from to do that. He's the longer fighter.
You know, when he was staying by the mid-range outside, is to try to wear down. However, Valdez has made an adjustment by using his legs in his attacks.
You see the mouth of Oscar Valdez and can't help but think about what happened when he suffered a broken jaw against Scott Quigg. But
look, Valdez is using smarts. He's not. Ooh.
Come on, time.
repeat each other in the set.
Yeah, that's what he wants. He's like, no, let's make it a war. Sit there with me, Valdez.
Ooh, nice right hook from Liam.
Get to himself. Like, I'm going to win this fight by taking it to him.
The Mexican fighters love the body shot. Valdez loves that. But elbow tuck protecting from Wilson's
man. He's the taller fighter, and he has the leverage in that shot.
That's a nice left hook from Valdez.
Ooh, big shot. That's Oscar Valdez right there, folks.
Defend yourself.
You do not want him to get momentum coming down the... This is where Oscar Valdez feeds off the crumbs to get you and punish you.
You know, look, however, you're the taller fighter. You have the ability to fight outside, the mid-range, and you're making you pay.
Oscar Valdez, he took out of Wilson.
There's no point to be here. And Wilson's...
He said, this to be a modern day.
They love a guy that's worn.
Very crafty here.
Yes.
Wilson in a bad place. Right from Wilson. You can look against Wilson either, though. Oh, a short count hook from Oscar. The right uppercut is the weapon.
Big right hand.
I think the short left hook from Valdez.
We use his brain tonight. And that work as hard as I did when I understand I don't have to.
Time.
Success.
And then to the seventh round, it's another left hook from Oscar Valdez.
Ooh.
Now it's Wilson who lands a left hook. And this fight is heating up. Wilson going down. And that's where he can really hurt Valdez, I think.
He needs to pay dividends. He needs to pay some respect down to that body. He needs Valdez. Slow him down. Take those legs. The fighter, he's been through a lot of... That's how you weaken him.
214 rounds. Very few of these rounds coming into this fight. Now he's as a pro.
See Valdez.
Nice.
Valdez was trying to set a lateral trap. He's moving now, little by little, taking small steps, looking for to be smart on the entryway. There's a level.
And he caught him in the south now from the southpaw stance.
You are closer, yes, you are, but and Valdez doesn't really use that lead hand, but it's left hook as Wilson
for Valdez. Stance.
Yeah. See. You see him try to shoot that jab, and Oscar trying to time him, and it becomes a sword battle up front. That power to be generated, but if he
right counter, another right.
And see, it was expected Valdez not to be.
Here comes Oscar Valdez, and Wilson is on the brink of going down. This is vintage Oscar Valdez, 33 years old. Grit. They're on their feet. In the tank here with 30 seconds left. Valdez once again landing with the right hand. And he's going after Liam Wilson. Wilson. You're Liam Wilson. Got to start answering back because Valdez has